Imagine everything you've been told about the Pyramids of Giza is wrong. What if the truth is far stranger than you ever thought? For centuries, the Pyramids of Giza have stood as silent giants, guarding secrets of an ancient world. Who built these colossal monuments? Slaves? Aliens? Or something else entirely? Today, we're diving into groundbreaking new evidence that rewrites history itself. By the end of this video, you'll see why the story of the pyramids is far more shocking than you've been led to believe. Stay with us. This new evidence changes everything. For decades, the story of the pyramids has been etched into history books. Enslaved workers toiling under the brutal Egyptian sun, hauling massive stones to build tombs for god-kings. The Great Pyramid, built for Pharaoh Khufu around 2600 BCE, required over 2 million limestone blocks, each weighing up to 15 tons. Historians claimed it was a feat of sheer manpower, tens of thousands of slaves driven by whips dragging stones across the desert. But here's what they don't tell you. The evidence for this story is shaky at best. Archaeological digs in the 1990s near Giza uncovered workers' villages, not slave pens. These settlements housed skilled laborers who ate well, cattle, bread, and beer, not scraps. Inscriptions reveal these workers took pride in their craft, calling themselves friends of Khufu. The logistics alone raise questions. Moving a 15-ton block every 2 minutes for 20 years, as some estimate, demands precision engineering, not just brute force. Yet the tools of the time, copper chisels and wooden sleds, seem inadequate for such a task. Were the Egyptians hiding a secret? The traditional narrative also ignores anomalies. The Great Pyramid's alignment to true north is near perfect, within a fraction of a degree. Its base is level to within an inch across 13 acres. This isn't the work of amateurs. Egyptologists like Mark Lenner argue it was a state-driven project, but even they admit the math doesn't fully add up. How did a Bronze Age society achieve this without advanced tools or written plans? The cracks in the story widen when you consider the Sphinx predating the pyramids by centuries, suggesting an older, more advanced culture at play. What if the pyramids weren't just tombs, but something far grander? Let's dig deeper. Recent discoveries suggest the Egyptians wielded knowledge we're only beginning to understand. In 2018, archaeologists found a 4,500-year-old ramp system near a quarry, complete with post holes and sled tracks. This wasn't a crude dirt slope. It was a sophisticated setup with a central ramp flanked by staircases, possibly using counterweights. Engineers estimate it could reduce the force needed to move stones by half. But here's the kicker. This ramp alone can't explain the pyramid's upper levels, where stones were lifted hundreds of feet. Have you ever heard about the theory of acoustic levitation? Acoustic levitation is a technique that suspends objects in midair using the pressure from high-intensity sound waves. It works by creating a standing wave pattern with nodes that trap particles, counteracting gravity's pull. This allows for the manipulation and suspension of small objects without physical contact. Sounds wild, right? But ancient texts and modern experiments have proved it. Tibetan monks have been recorded using sound waves to lift stones, and recent studies show high-frequency vibrations can reduce friction on heavy objects. Could the Egyptians have mastered this? Also, carvings in Abydos depict strange devices, some resembling modern acoustic resonators. While mainstream scholars scoff, they can't explain how the Egyptians cut granite with laser-like precision using only copper tools. This anomaly points to a lost technology, perhaps a combination of sound, water, or even electromagnetic forces. Then there's the mystery of the pyramid's construction timeline. Khufu's reign lasted about 23 years, meaning the Great Pyramid was built at an astonishing pace, roughly 800 stones placed daily. This demands not just manpower, but an almost industrial level of organization. Papyrus records like the Diary of Merer describe a vast logistical network moving stone from Tura to Giza via canals. Now let's get controversial. What if the pyramids weren't built by Khufu's people alone, or even at all? In 2024, geologist Robert Schoch reignited debate with new evidence. The Sphinx's erosion patterns suggest it was built as early as 7000 BCE, thousands of years before Egypt's Old Kingdom. Rain, not wind, carved those marks, long before the pharaohs. If the Sphinx is that old, could the pyramids be too? This leads to the older civilization hypothesis. Some researchers, like Graham Hancock, argue a pre-Egyptian advanced culture laid the groundwork. The pyramids' astronomical alignments, mirroring Orion's belt in 10,500 BCE, support this. The Egyptians might have inherited these structures, repurposing them as tombs. But here's the catch. Core samples from the Giza Plateau show signs of advanced machining, not hand chiseling. Microscopic analysis of granite blocks reveals cuts too precise for copper tools, hinting at technology closer to modern own. Critics call this fringe, but mainstream archaeology struggles to explain anomalies like the inventory stela, a 19th century find claiming Khufu repaired, not built, the Great Pyramid. Even Herodotus, the Greek historian, wrote in 440 BCE that the pyramids were attributed to a pre-flood civilization. Could a lost society, perhaps survivors of a cataclysm or the Great Flood, have passed their knowledge to the Egyptians? The Great Pyramid's internal chambers, with their acoustic properties, suggest a purpose beyond burial, possibly energy generation or celestial observation. Engineers like Christopher Dunn have shown that the pyramid's granite coffer resonates at specific frequencies, a hallmark of advanced design. The deeper we go, the more the traditional timeline unravels. An older, forgotten civilization may have to explain why the pyramids feel like relics of a world we don't understand, a world that challenges everything we think we know about history. Here's the bombshell. The Pyramids of Giza may not be Egyptian at all. New evidence from 2024, including ground-penetrating radar, reveals hidden chambers beneath the Giza Plateau, some predating known Egyptian history. These chambers contain artifacts, tools, and inscriptions that don't match Old Kingdom styles. Carbon dating places them closer to 10,000 BCE, aligning with the Sphinx's erosion data. This suggests a pre-Egyptian civilization, possibly global in scope, built the core structures, and the Egyptians later claimed them. Mainstream scholars resist, citing lack of direct proof, but they can't dismiss the physical evidence. Precision engineering, astronomical alignments, and geological anomalies all point to a truth we are only beginning to uncover. Could it be the handwork of the fallen angels? So what do you think? Could an ancient, advanced civilization have built the pyramids, or is the traditional story still holding up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to hear your take. If this video blew your mind, smash that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more history mysteries. Until next time, keep questioning the past.